Did your mother come from Ireland? 'Cause there's something in you Irish. Will you tell me where you get those Irish eyes? And before she left Killarney, did your mother kiss the blarney? 'Cause your little touch of brogue you can't disguise.
Sure, it be St. Patrick's Day, it be, no.
It's the St. Patrick's Day special for Cinematic for the People, and welcome to you.
Hi.
Welcome
Full house tonight.
to Zambocom.
Top of the mortal.
Welcome.
We have so many people here.
Anything is possible at CFTP. Welcome.
So what do we have first on the docket here to teach us all about St. Patrick's Day and the glories of this?
Why, St. Patrick's Day, Beano. What have we got here, lad, now?
We got Ulster of Northern Ireland in the 1940s.
Oh. Notice none of these people are Irish.
This isn't a map of Narnia. Where are we?
Robert McDermott. I guess there might be one Irishman in here.
They're token Irishmen.
Is
They
John
people
Ireland in
the
this?
accents.
You're approaching
I'm the king of the
Belfast
world.
from the Irish Sea. And as Ulster people say when they're thanked,
Speaking of
You're
icebergs,
you're now in Belfast Lough,
Where does Godzilla
a waterway
attack?
so deep that the greatest warships can ride in it. That square
I was
little
hoping
port
they'd find
on the
Cthulhu.
Southampton coast is Carrickfergus Castle.
A symbol of English oppression.
The loch narrows swiftly to Belfast, and the first signs of the city you see are the shipyards.
Are the
on
bombed
Queen's Island.
ruins?
or
You're
the
looking now
at-ats.
at the largest single shipyard in the world. From underneath those great gantries hanging in the sky, some of the largest liners in the world have slipped into the lagoon.
I don't know about you guys, but I can't understand a damn thing this guy's saying.
We're berthed now in Belfast.
I'm waiting for
capital
Nessie
city
now.
of
I'm like,
Northern
are they in Loch Ness?
Nearly half a
Crap,
million
let's
in
go.
depth.
Scotland.
It stands at the mouth of the River Lagan on land that once was worthless bog.
It stands
It
in
is
the
now
mouth
the
of the
largest
river,
industrial city in
but
Ireland,
my shivery
and the sixth
punch,
of the
but
great
I'm
ports of the
in
United
Tasman. This wee lassie's got
Oh,
a couple
there,
of
sweet
lovely...
Colleen.
They're off to find some mermaids. Or selkies, actually.
But Ulster is not only an industrial area. In a range
Oh,
of cities,
come
no
on!
larger than
House of Hell.
It has a wonderful variety of scenery, where every kind of sport and pastime.
Hope nobody wipes out during that.
At the centuries-old Lammas Fair, the farmers and their families
Lammas?
come to market.
Don't be confusing this now with the Scarborough Fair. That's someplace else.
He sells nothing but hammers and bananas.
It's a potato stand.
One potato, two potato, come on.
They're potatoes.
Later they'll play hot potato.
What are you looking at?
That's not how plate spinning is supposed to work.
I think that's pre-Frisbee. And suddenly they're in Oz.
That song was used in a Powell Pressburger film of the same name. I know where I'm going.
I thought Ireland was supposed to be more green.
There are 7 glens.
Yeah, it does look a little grey. doesn't
Hey,
it?
there's
Away to
8.
the south,
I'm talking.
County Down. The beautiful
The
Mourne
hills
Basin
are
down to the sea.
alive with the sound of Ireland.
Out of those high dark hills is dug the granite for the pavements and palaces of the great cities across the
But
sea.
don't take it for granted.
Yes, Europe stole on Homeland Blind.
You can see it slung into cargo ships at the little villages round the coast.
Oh, my foot, damn it!
Just sit right back and I tell you a tale.
If you were to rise early enough, you would see the herring boats bringing in their catches to these same small harbours.
But why don't you
we'll
just
They
sleep
spend
in?
several days at sea over the fishing beds which lie between Scotland and Northern Ireland.
You think we got enough salt there?
No, that's the light. That's the light. The light one.
I guarantee you, if that camera wasn't there, they would not be smiling.
I don't know. There was something fishy going on
Ulster
there.
is a country of small farms.
Oh, yeah,
Seldom
just sweep
more
off a
than
bit
50
here,
acres
you
each.
know, just sweep off a bit there.
They all look quite dapper as they work, don't they?
Gotta watch out, you might get mugged by leprechauns.
I don't think you'd want to be smoking around all that.
You and I are gonna have a good time in the barn.
Okay, who else wants to play Wicker
These
Man?
quiet fields were typical of the serenity of Ulster until
Do you have to kill me today?
1939, when war was declared on Germany.
Oh, there you go, now. Oh, damn English there now.
Without hesitation, the people of Ulster declared their loyalty to the cause of the United Kingdom and of European
Oh, I
freedom.
bet they did.
Yeah, right.
Not like we had much of a
The
choice.
factories, the shipyards and the engineering shops in Belfast and Derry and throughout the 6 counties were ready for action.
He looked
The
ready
island
for
men
action.
on Queen's Island went to it with redoubled energy and strength. All the resources and experience
He looked
of
ready
this
for
host
action.
of highly skilled workers was swiftly enlisted in the service of Britain. And day and night, the labor of building ships for the merchant fleet went on. And not only merchant ships.
And by
ships for the
enlisted,
Royal
we
Navy
mean
too.
stolen and forced.
To the
One of
expanding
those is the
aircraft industry
Titanic.
came many of the skilled workers from the shipyards.
Ever since St. Patrick
Almost in a
visited,
single evening,
Ireland's just been going
Ulster's
downhill.
industries were converted from the manufacture of peacetime tools to the manufacture of weapons of war. Workshops which had made spinning and weaving machinery for years now began to make shells for anti-aircraft guns.
I mean, all the people who had the bombs in their cellars, they just sort of brought them in to the warehouse.
Well, this
I
is
don't know,
kind
I
of turned into a downer.
I keep
They-
landmines in my basement. You never know.
They just had
In
to
this factory,
harness the
where
power
suits for
of the
civilians
Irish
were formerly
woman's
made,
temper.
It
they
just
are
looks
now
like he's
still
going to set them
uniforms for
off.
troops.
Ungrateful so-and-so.
Ow, my fingers!
Look at this rope works, the largest in the world.
Look at it!
Cotton,
Look at it in
manila,
despair.
and raw hemp
Lots of
are
wigs.
here spun into twines and ropes of every size and for every use. For tents,
50
hand
shades
in
of
there.
Hollands,
50
of
Shades of
barrage,
Grey fans,
the use
pay
of the
attention.
backyards, for hauling guns. This enormous rope is used to lift the barrels of giant guns. in the
I've seen
factories.
bigger.
These garments
Oh my.
in this rope works are knitting nets for
my.
minesweepers and for camouflage.
She
as
really
well as
loves
for the
seeing
fishing,
that rope.
even more essential in war than in peace. The factories and machine shops of Ulster are a vital part of Britain's war effort. War
Eraserhead.
works not only for the fighting forces, but also, and just as importantly, for foreign sale.
And
The
they're making
export
also
trade of Northern
marijuana
Ireland
leaves.
is enormous. Over 70
Tobacco.
million pounds worth in a year.
Same
Therefore,
thing.
the
Right.
countries
Off
of
to
United
the
Kingdom
Germans,
today more than
and
ever before,
hopefully they'll all get
because
cancer
it
from
enables us to
cigarettes.
buy vital goods and materials abroad.
Kind of a long-term plan there.
Belfast is the most important manufacturing centre of the linen trade in the whole world. Its linen is the second largest single export from the United Kingdom.
You
to
might
the
even
United
say
States.
that the linen industry
Today,
looms above
the looms of
everybody
Ulster
else.
Are weaving
When
wings
are they
for
going to get to
airplanes
the
and pants for
Guinness?
soldiers,
I think
as
they're
well
just
as
stringing us
fashioning
along at
finer
this point.
fabrics for foreign sale.
Yeah, it's starting to come
Hey.
unraveled.
Is pulled much of the flax, which is spun
This is
and
quite the
woven
long
in
yard.
Just the flax, ma'am. Just the flax.
Okay, that's the last straw.
From its small farms comes much of the whole nation's food.
Potatoes! Oh, there they are now.
Finally!
Here comes
They
the
turn
king,
the
here
great
comes the king,
every
here comes
year.
the...
3.5 million hundredweights of
The
potatoes.
big number one.
Over 200,000 store and fat cattle, more than 168,000 lambs and sheep,
And their lovers.
nearly £4.5 million worth every year of hams and sides of bacon.
It's free-range bacon.
610,000
I'm gonna die!
The Northern Irish
Yoke's
farmers
on you,
were asked by the
Nazis.
government to plough up an extra 250,000 acres. They promptly
Instead of a
did this,
potato gun,
and
they
an
brought
extra
egg guns?
25,000 acres as well. Those
Safety,
are a few of
schmafety.
Ulster's contributions to
Well,
our
they
war
wanted to
effort.
shell the
The
enemies.
products of her industry, the produce of her
The yoke's
soil,
on them.
and finally her fighting sons. She has
Oh,
enlisted
God,
her
no.
men
We're only in
in
Scotland?
famous Ulster regiments.
No,
Yeah,
the
the Royal
Irish
Ulster Rifles
also
on
have
March.
bagpipes, unfortunately.
Well, that's just
But they-
wrong.
She has
They're
not only
not
They
sent
don't
her
have
men
the
into her own
fantastic
regiment,
kilts, though.
she has sent others into all the
Yeah,
defence and
Ireland's
fighting
like
forces
all the fun of all the
Into the Navy,
terrible of Scotland
guards
without
our
half
shores.
of the fun.
and keeps the sea routes free for our merchant fleet.
Definitely not going to wear mirrored shoes in Ireland,
Men for the
then.
Royal Air Force, soon destined to become, as the King has said, the wonder of the world.
Take a good look. Most of them won't be coming back.
Ulster's voluntary
The last
organisations
smoke.
are working
Sure, I'll
full-time
take one.
too, providing comforts for the men and the forces. And Ulster's daughters too.
As many
They're in
marshmallows
every
as you can
women's
cram
force,
in there.
abroad and at
Sorry,
home.
air quote, comfort for
The
the
Northern
soldiers.
Ireland Parliament made this declaration at the outbreak of war.
It's only a model. Shh.
The people of loyal Ulster will share the burdens of their kith and kin in every part of the empire to the uttermost extent of their resources.
What a bunch of goobers.
Britain's difficulty
This movie
is
needs
Northern
special
Ireland's
effects.
opportunity
Better
to place
special effects.
all her possessions,
Any
human and
special
material,
effects.
at the
Come on, they
service of
spent a
our
fortune
King.
making everybody look like they had all their
The
teeth.
people of Ulster have long loved and defended liberty. They will not fail to defend it now.
Oh, we're echoing. Oh, we're echoing.
What about the Guinness? Dang
Don't worry, Jenny. We've got some more drinking for you. It's
it. If
not
you're
a
going to
problem.
talk about Ireland, you gotta talk about the stinking Guinness. I'm sorry.
Well, did you notice they have
You
draft
don't-
horses to go with their draft beers?
You don't drink, Jenny.
But I don't care. If you're going to talk about Ireland, you need to talk about.
And believe me, I have tried to get you drunk before, and you were like, but it's disgusting. And I'm like, yes, but it makes you feel pretty on the inside.
I don't care. I want to. When you go to get Ireland, you need to talk about that.
And then she said, "Don't touch me."
I'm going to say this right here and now, and I'm not ashamed to say it, and I'll take whatever flack I have to take. But I'm going to tell you right now, Guinness isn't that good.
I agree.
It's too thin, too watery. I mean, it tastes fine. It's just, I prefer something
Is it,
that's a little chewier, like this brand.
it
or something.
Sex in a canoe?
Is it what?
Is it sex in a canoe?
What's that?
Fucking close to water.
Oh, well, if you say so. I'm just not a fan of it. I prefer I prefer other brands.
Well, I will
He
say
wants
this.
to chew on his alcohol.
I want my alcohol weaponized and in gallon jugs.
See, a stout should really have some body to it. Guinness just doesn't.
Well, I will say this. Guinness did make a really, really good barbecue sauce. Didn't make it for very long, but
Sure.
it was freaking awesome. And then
So did
Stop making
Dr.
it.
Pepper. That doesn't mean anything.
it means something to me, damn
Well,
it.
at least you can still drink Dr. Pepper.
You know what we're forgetting? Everybody wants to talk about Guinness in association with Ireland. What about the leprechauns? No one is talking about the leprechauns.
What about
little folk now?
what about
Could
crazy
be.
hot redheads?
Oh, the
Why?
young Colleen. No, that's nice there. No.
I'm legally obligated to stay away from,
Crazy hot
redheads.
redheads?
Crazy
Yes.
redhead.
Is that what the court order said?
Yeah, pretty much.
You, What do you mean you can't hang out with redheads? Why is that?
There's a weird crossover reaction with the whole Polynegra thing, and then redheads come around, and we don't talk about it. Just don't know.
You know that song, "The
not allowed.
carelessly cuts you and then laughs while you're bleeding," and always I was like, yeah, it's redhead. I'm pretty sure that's got to be.
My way, it'd be all right.
Probably.
I wouldn't cry about it. I'd be like, okay, I'll give it a whirl.
I've come to
Not proud.
We do not need the Blarney Stone. None of us need the Blarney Stone.
No. Boy, no, we got the gift of the Blarney, though. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Plus, if you think about it, I wouldn't want to go kiss the Blarney Stone. Do you know how many people have kissed that thing?
Oh, I know, it's a real whore, it is, no. It's a real whore. Dirty, dirty whore she is there.
Yeah, I
and you
don't.
have to hang upside down to kiss it.
I know, it's pretty bad, isn't it? It's all
If
covered
I'm getting any STDs from a rock, it's going to be the professional wrestler.
Oof, talk about getting your rocks off. Jeez.
I'm glad you have standards.
I do.
They may be low, they may
I
be
am
sparse, but he
classy.
has standards.
You could kiss an Irish rocker girl. How about that then? How would that be?
Okay.
That'd be better then.
Zombie, hey, hey,
What about one of those bar girls? The Cores? They got some cute
hey, oh.
there.
If we get a thing for copyright violation for me badly singing zombie, I will laugh at that one. I will be like, yeah.
It's like, yeah, I'll take that hit.
Okay.
Oh, it's sad, isn't it? No. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Okay.
All right, we ready to move on to the next one?
Yes.
So what about drinking?
Yes. What about drinking? Can
What
we
about it?
What's about it? Oh, Josie.
All right, so I'm going to do a little drinking game for this one. I'm going to drink every time they say drinking. So I will likely be dead by the time we're done, but you can count. I will be drinking every
It's
time
only
they say
11 minutes
drinking.
long, Jim. Just pace yourself.
And drinking is every other word.
What
I'll play
about
with you.
drinking, man? What about drinking?
Young Americans! Opposed to all Americans!
With the communist symbol in the eagle's eye.
Group living. What about drinking?
You should do more of it.
Technically, that said drinking.
Yeah, I did it.
Mental health consultant? Really?
Citron!
Centron Production.
I can only talk to girls when I get drunk.
This isn't a very unusual scene. You've probably been to parties like this yourself.
No, not like this.
A bunch of us kids get together. at
No, I
somebody's
don't
house
go to
every
my
now and
grandma's
then, and
house.
there's music and dancing and just general fun.
I will say I have seen worse
Party was what happened to
dancing.
spoil the good
Just
time
saying.
everyone was having. It all began when the telephone
There's just
rang.
not enough lace doilies in that
Susan went
house.
to answer.
Worse.
Hello?
Hello.
Yes, this is Susan. Wait a minute, will you? I can't hear a thing.
There's just such a party in here.
Oh, all right.
Thanks.
Turn down that
Hey, who
bass.
cut the music?
Now, what did you say?
Why, I am interested in changing my long-distance
When?
carrier.
Who was driving?
Nellie
How
Olson
bad was
in
he
later
hurt?
days.
Well, thanks for
I'd
calling.
tap that, Mark.
Oh, yeah, some of them are here.
Yeah, but you'd tap half the guys there,
Jack.
too.
You know, the gang.
What can I say?
I thought Bob and Ted would be here, too.
Equal
I think they
opportunity.
wish now they had
Especially where
some.
drinking's
Yeah.
The
Well,
guy
see you tomorrow.
has his pants
Bye.
up way too high.
Well, who was that?
It's the
It was
50s.
Betty.
It's not a
She and
belt,
Dan
it's a
were on
bra.
the way to the movies when they saw this actor.
Girdle.
It was Bob and Ted.
Hey, Bob and Ted have been in an accident?
Dude, you're in your
Bob
50s.
and Ted didn't get hurt. It was someone else, a pedestrian.
He's the
Bob
chaperone.
was driving and Ted was with him.
Gosh, I bet they feel awful.
They ought to. The police found a bottle in the car.
Oh, brother, they're really in trouble.
Drinking Coca-Cola and driving.
It serves them right.
Believe me,
Anybody
because
that
I'm a
be dumb enough to
35-year-old
drink?
teenager.
Nobody should drink and drive.
I
So
know
none of them are
you're
good to study emotion at all.
under any
Okay.
conditions. That's just what I've always thought. Drinking's just about the worst thing
Drinking?
you can do.
Well, I guess we're not
Hey,
going to get
now,
any
wait a
action
minute.
from her. Let's
Who
go.
said anything about drinking?
Kidnapping, murder, nothing compared to drinking.
Was there anything said about whether Bob and Ted had been drinking or
Drinking.
Betty didn't say that. Yeah.
Drinking.
It looks like you're pretty quick to condemn Bob and Ted. I thought they were your friends.
I'm not either condemning
I'm
them.
condemning you
I'm
too,
condemning
Flat Top.
drinking. That's what I said.
You did not. You said anybody would drink it all,
Drink.
didn't she? And we were all talking about Bob and Ted, and that's who you were talking about.
Barney
too.
Fife
Yeah,
in
Sally,
Young
how come you
Days.
say that? You're prejudiced.
I am not prejudiced. It's a fact. Alcohol is poison, and you know it.
Hey,
She's
now,
a
wait
sailor.
minute.
No.
Let's not get all riled up about this. Well, she started.
Sailor Moon.
Some of us don't feel the same about drinking as
Drinking.
she does, and
Raise
she
the
knows
throw
it.
down right now.
She's just trying to find an excuse to tell us what we
This
ought
is
to do.
something edited from the trims of Leave It to Beaver.
Now, Sally, don't get mad. Jack didn't mean anything. Gosh, how do we get off on this anyway?
Well,
that's
golly
what I said.
gosh.
Well, people are friends.
I meant every word I said. I hate this stupid bitch.
Gosh, yes, Sally. I'm sorry. I didn't really mean to hurt your feelings. You see it one way and I see another.
Let's make out now.
That's more like it. Now, come on, Sally. Jack said he was
Sally
sorry.
shouldn't.
It's not the American way.
Well,
Sally really
okay,
shouldn't be so
but I
critical
still
of
don't agree
drinking
with
because
him.
if she
I
wants
still
to have a
think
chance
drinking
with
is
any
wrong.
of these
Well, that
guys,
depends,
they're going to
Sally.
have to be at
That's
least a
not
little
asking you to
liquored
change
up.
your mind. After all, we just
No,
got
but
to
tell me one thing. What's so wrong with drinking?
Drinking!
You're not against it.
Well, in the first place, everybody knows it doesn't do you any good. It can ruin your health.
Is that what you believe? Do you believe that old scare
And
stuff?
then they tell us it's good for
Well,
us.
maybe you're both right. A lot of
Why is
people
my
drink
skin yellow?
occasionally, but I guess
Drinking.
it could really fix you if you concentrate on it.
Sure, just like a lot of things.
How the hell do you think we were born? Prohibition, you know, and all that. Parents got drunk. That's why we're here.
You drink so much that you don't get the vitamins and stuff you need, and wham! you get
They're just
liver
not
trouble or
drinking the right
something.
thing. That's the
All I
problem.
can say is alcohol can't be as bad as some people think it is. My folks don't think it's poison
My
either.
folks use my head to
Well, you should
balance
hear what my
the plate
dad
that
had
they
to say
put
about
their
this the other
alcohol
day.
on.
We got to
Notice
talk
how
about
his
alcohol.
ears are getting pointier.
You see, Jack,
Like he's the
an
devil or
occasional
something.
drink never hurt anyone. Sure, liquor can cause you plenty of trouble. It'll make you
It looks like they're sitting on the floor.
And I think it's criminal if anybody drives after he's been drinking.
Drinking!
But let me tell you something. A drink before dinner in the evening is just about the best thing I know of to settle your nerves and give you an appetite. My father always had it around the house, and we've had it.
Hey, wait
I
a
don't
minute.
object to
His
your
father
taking a
was
drink once
definitely
in a
around
while.
during Prohibition.
But I just don't
I
want to
learned
ever
it
hear
from
your
you,
opinion.
Dad.
And my dad wouldn't tell me I could drink a little.
God,
if I
he's
wanted.
fucking Elfine.
Not as dangerous as you seem to think it is.
How do you know you won't get drunk?
Look,
Drinking
I'm no
again.
baby. I know what I can do and what I can't do.
I think this was a bad idea, Jim.
Oh, I've heard that before. Anybody that
You
drinks
guys
stuff
are
like
gonna
that,
be
that's
so
just the kind
wasted.
of talk that'll get you in trouble.
When Jim
If you don't
disappears
think
from the
alcohol
video,
will
we'll
hurt
know
you
he's on the
physically,
floor.
What about
I'm
the way you
helping.
like to act? You can't say it doesn't affect your actions. And I know somebody who'd back me up on that. Reverend Brewster.
My mom.
He was talking about it recently at Young People's Meeting.
I bet he did back you up.
I believe in freedom for young
Giggity.
people. You should make your own decisions, but
All
only
right,
in the
President
light of
Truman.
all available facts. And I don't see how anyone who knows and understands all the facts can condone the use of alcohol.
He longs
It
for
is a question
Prohibition.
of right
You know
or
he
wrong.
does.
For the things people
He
do
drinks in the closet with
when
the
they have
altar
taken
boys.
alcohol
I hate
are
seeing
not
people
directed by the
happy.
clearest thinking and the most conscientious judgment. Spiritual values and human dignity are forgotten.
He doesn't look like a reverend.
That's why the use of alcohol is wrong.
And that,
I don't trust him.
and
He's probably a
that
commie
settles it for
spy.
me. As far as I'm
Jesus
concerned,
wasn't Christ-like
it's
enough
wrong.
for him because
Well,
Jesus
Sally,
drank wine.
I go to church too. And in my church,
Jesus
they don't
turned
say
water
it's wrong
into
to use
wine.
alcohol.
Oh my God,
Whether
it
you
all
drink
started
or whether
there.
You don't drink, it's up to you.
Her dress
Getting
doesn't
drunk is
cover
something
her
else
up enough.
again.
She is a
How do you
slut.
feel about drinking?
Those
Susan?
ankles are showing, I know.
Actually, I
dat
don't care
calf.
one way or the other.
Woo!
Drinking just doesn't.
Drinking!
How about these drugs then?
My folks serve drinks once in a while. They never told me that I couldn't drink. I'm just not interested. But it's all right with me if other people want.
My
to.
mother was a meth head, and I'm a meth head too.
What about the people who become alcoholic? Doesn't that bother you, Susan? Why, these alcoholics, they... If you mean my dad...
No, I'm
go
not worried
ahead and
about
say it.
becoming an alcoholic because I'm already a whore.
Everybody knows it.
You mean my dad?
When a member of your family
I'm
gets that
already
way, you try and hide it at first.
consigned to the fact that I'm
can't.
going to spend the rest of my
You might as well
natural life
face
in a
it.
bowling alley.
When Dad found out what was wrong with him and started taking treatment, Our whole family got educated. Dr. Brune spent a lot of time helping me to
That is a
understand.
lot of pomade.
We had a long talk about people like my dad.
Alcoholism is a kind of illness that affects different types of
He needs the extra oil to change
We're
his
not entirely
car's
sure
oil.
why some people who drink become alcoholics and others do not. We do know that most alcoholics can be helped. And
You know,
recover
most
through proper
comb-overs that you see are side to
father's
side,
illness
but
involves more
his
than just his use
is
of
like
alcohol.
he's got a 6-inch
Most
long
drinkers can
shock of
control
hair
their
coming out of the middle,
Alcoholics
and he's
cannot.
trying to use it to cover up
father
the
is one
fact
of
that
them.
he's bald.
My father's just one of those people who couldn't control his drinking.
He needs
Drinking.
change. And we're
Drinking.
getting
My dad's an
huge.
alcoholic doesn't mean I'm going to be one. You don't inherit alcoholism, according to Dr. Brune. No, sir. That's not going to keep me from going along with the gang. That's what I say. If you want to be one of the gang, you've got to act like one of the gang. You don't want
Yeah.
people
All right,
to
let's
think
go
you're a
kill some
square,
Crips.
do ya?
If you're not part of the gang, we're gonna cut you.
No, but
I don't drink and I get along all right with
Wait,
the gang.
should
But
the
I
guy
stay
with
here.
the
We have a
flat
lot of fun
head
when we're
really
together,
be
but my folks
lecturing
would
the
take a
others
dim
about
view of
not
my
being
coming if there was
square?
drinking.
There are plenty of guys who have a drink with their families, but when they get
This
outside
is the
house, they
that'll
drink
do
deliberately,
friend.
just to get high
Like,
and put on an
I didn't
act.
hook up
I
with
think
the
that's
hot
what our
friends,
parents are
so I'm
concerned
gonna go
about,
with her
as much
tonight
as
because
You're the
I've
only
been
one,
drinking and
Jerry,
it's
who hasn't
okay.
stated his opinion. Haven't you got anything
Beer
to say?
garden.
Yeah, boy, everybody else put in his 2 cents. How come you're holding out? I'm not holding out.
He's Ralph Malph.
Well, come
I'm
on, let
drinking
us know.
right now.
How do
What are you
feel about
talking
drinking?
about?
Well, now that's a pretty hard question to answer.
Why? Nobody else seemed to have any trouble, although we don't all agree.
Say, you know, that reminds me of...
A hard question to answer. The kids don't realize it, but this is the first time we've
who are you
really said
talking
what
to?
we think about drinking. Listening to
It's
what
like
all of
Saved
them
by the
think
Bell when he
and
did the
believe,
timeout
I'm
thing.
not exactly
Look
sure
here, Parker
where I stand.
Lewis. Nobody likes
With
that.
most things, there's a hard and fast rule.
He looks like a commie
Either
spy.
they're right,
That's what
or
they look
they're
like.
wrong.
They all
And
southern.
most everybody agrees as to which is
He's a
which.
sleeper division.
But drinking, who is right? Sally? We all know where she
She's a
stands.
bitch.
And her reasons.
I think
She's
it's
not
wrong.
fun at all.
I believe what Reverend Brewster says. I
She
think
has a
drinking
fish
is wrong
face.
for anybody.
She's
On
also
the other hand,
wall-eyed.
drinking
Did anybody
doesn't
notice
seem too
that?
unreasonable.
And my dad says a drink now and then
He has
never hurt
pointy
anybody.
devil ears.
And I think if you want to be one of the gang, you've got to act like one of them.
And be a
And
communist.
Tom, although his father's an
Ralph
alcoholic,
Malph.
he doesn't seem to be afraid of becoming one himself.
Chances of
Alfalfa.
being an alcoholic.
Please
don't
like
worry
me.
Some people can drink and some can't. You can't blame it all on
Drinking.
alcohol.
Susan
Drinking!
doesn't seem to be
Nellie
for either
Olson.
side. But she did bring up a point.
In my
You look up in the
they don't
dictionary
think
prim
alcohol is
and
wrong
you'll
in
see her
itself.
picture.
Personally, I don't care one way or the other about drinking.
Prim, but not very
It's all
proper.
right with me if other people
These girls
want
aren't
to.
very pretty.
That is, if they behave themselves.
They should be in favor of
Some of the kids feel you've got to drink to be one of the gang.
That's what I say. If you
Oh,
want to
shut
be one
up,
of the
Howdy
gang, you've got
Doody.
to act like one of the gang. You don't want people to think you're a square, do you?
Do you mean to say
One
you think
of
you have
us,
to drink?
one of us.
I get along all right with the gang.
Well, I think our parents are concerned mainly about kids who drink
Oh,
deliberately.
come on,
to get
Butterface.
high
You
and
know
put
that
on
you
an
need
act.
drinking.
It's not a simple question, is it? There seem to be many different opinions, even among our own gang.
Jesus Christ.
Each one of us must make up his own mind. It isn't easy. What do you think? What about drinking?
A young Darren
Drinking!
Stevens.
Drinking!
And again, the communist symbol.
Okay, so we need to have a serious discussion about this while I Google Nellie Olson porn. So, hold on a second.
Oh, no, jeez.
Don't worry, she left it all on. That's okay. Jim's drunk enough he won't notice.
And Mark went away, so he ran away.
Mark had to go reload.
Yeah, he might be out of alcohol by now.
He probably is.
After that, holy crap!
I've had a lot of rum. If you can't tell from the fact that I'm
Swaying
sort of swaying.
slightly in the breeze.
I like this though.
I'm a tree. I'm a tree in the wind.
Oh my god, a baby!
You guys ever tried this?
Is it maple
I-
syrup? Are you
Crown
just gonna
Royal
drink maple syrup?
No, it's Crown Royal maple whiskey.
I was hoping it was just maple syrup. Drink that straight.
You know, I know she's too old for me because she was born in '62, but Allison Arngrim is actually fairly attractive.
Who?
She's the one that played Nellie Olson on the TV show.
She was never attractive.
No, she totally was. And apparently she's friends with Melissa Gilbert, so like they hang out and stuff.
Well, of course, they were on the show.
What are you talking about?
Do you think that there's slash fic, combining Nellie Olson with,
Oh God!
with Anna Sheridan from Babylon 5?
Oh my goodness.
Oh my.
If there isn't, I bet you could make some.
I'm sorry my mind went there.
There is an entire category for Little House on the Prairie fan fiction at Fan Fiction Archive. I found 9 slash fics between Nellie Olson and Laura Ingalls Wilder on Archive of Our Own.
Jim, we need an after dark of you reading that.
There you go, Russ.
We'll save that video for the Patreon account.
As we like it.
Beer. Sparkling. Golden.
Bubbly.
Pure. Refreshing.
But don't drink it in the desert, because then you'll need water.
The ancient Babylonians were probably the first to brew beer.
Drink it through giant straws.
The Egyptians, too, brewed a beverage from fermented barley. It was a beer
This is how they
reserved for the
mummified
great
people,
feasts
with
of the
beer.
day. The Roman conquest of Egypt introduced the beer to the Western civilization of the day, as Caesar and his warriors drank toast.
Because they had no beer before, apparently.
The Anglo-Saxon monks are credited with the development of many brewing formulas. The improved brews were well established as fine beverages, high in food value, by the time the Pilgrims set out for America.
This is my rock!
Later, taverns and inns became the meeting places of men who helped make American history as they enjoyed their favorite brews.
That waitress is hot.
Yes, the fine beer and ale we enjoy
Hey,
today
they're not using
are
cup
beverages
stars.
with a heritage which is unequaled. Yet they are as modern as today.
If you ever wanted to see your grandparents get
In
hammered,
today's
now's
brewery
your chance.
laboratories,
And then
knowledge
do
passed
it.
down through the centuries is combined with modern
We're
chemistry of
mixing our
food
beer with
to
crack.
produce beverages that would have been the envy of the kings and
We'll
emperors
call
of
it
old.
Coca-Cola.
From the laboratory to the tank,
Now it's
where the
real
finest
Coke.
of American malted grains are fermented, the beer
He
of
should be wearing
today
gloves
is
when he
brewed
does this
under
experiment.
spotlessly clean conditions.
And then he's going to lift up the spoon,
Modern
drink from it,
scientific
put the spoon
instruments
back
control
in.
the entire
Oh yeah, this
brewing
is so
process.
clean.
No other food products get more careful
This is
attention
the
in
only beer
manufacture
factory that
than
mixes
American
their beer by
and ale.
waterfall.
In addition, the brewing of this
Don't
fine
go
beer and ale today
chasing
is one of
waterfalls.
America's great industries,
Where are the Oompa
contributing
Loompas?
much to our
I bet he
economy.
pisses in that tank.
Some
I think
400
they'd be
modern
called
breweries in
Drunkalunkas,
operation
I guess.
today represent an investment of more than $2 billion in buildings and equipment. To staff these breweries requires nearly 100,000 employees.
Automation
Yes,
will help us save a lot of money.
$150 million a year.
And as they leave,
American
they all
farms supply
stagger
most
out.
of the ingredients required for brewing. Barley,
I know
wheat,
I would if I
corn,
worked
rice,
at a brewery. I'd
hops,
be
and
staggering
soybeans.
all the damn time.
Thousands of tons of it.
You're
To
the
be more
quality
specific,
tester of a brewery.
Every year, the farmers of America sell the breweries more than 1 billion pounds of farm products worth $250 million. From these fine golden grains, the breweries
That's
produce
cheap.
over 1 billion gallons of immaculately pure beer and ale in barrels,
And several
cans,
billions
and
more
bottles
of really, really
to suit every
contaminated
taste,
beer.
occasion, and personal preference. Beverages high in food value and rich
They're
in
really
nutrition,
pushing that food
ready
value.
to add to gracious
Why does
living
their beer
the
look like
American way.
champagne?
About 1/4 of the
It's
spent
classy.
grain goes back to
Yeah,
the farms
it's
as cattle
Miller. It's a
feed.
champagne beer.
Because of the high concentration of
It's the light
protein and
crap
fat,
nobody
the
drinks.
spent grains are of
Yeah, the
special
swill.
value in increasing milk production. In addition, the excess brewer's yeast
Beer
is
from
one of the
cows?
richest sources of
This is
vitamin B
genius.
complex. Much of it is
We've
used
now
in
put
preparation
beer
of
in a
vitamin
pill
extracts for
form.
medicinal purposes. These byproducts are, of course, untaxed. But the beer and ale itself are subject to
Thank you,
heavy direct
lobbyists.
federal and state excise taxes. Taxes which help pay the cost of fine schools,
And are given back to
modern highways
billionaires.
for our pleasure and
Extortion
communication,
and greed and corruption.
and operation of our government. Taxes on beer and
The
ale
government needs to
provide
drink a lot, too.
$850 million a year to state and federal governments.
How do you think they come up
This
with
is
all
in
their
addition
ideas?
to the
They're always
property
hammered.
and income taxes paid by the brewers,
They have to sit
beer
through those long
distributors,
meetings.
retailer,
I'd need
and
to
their
drink for that,
respective
too.
employees. The brewing industry is proud of its contributions to America in fine malt beverages, employment, raw material purchases,
getting laid,
products, and taxes.
And unintended
and so
offspring.
are the people who form the link between the brewers and the consuming public.
Oh, where else are you going to get more
As
employees?
the connecting link, the men and women who distribute, sell, and serve
And the
malt
morticians
beverages
thank us too
have a
for all of
two-way
the dead from car
responsibility.
crashes.
To the brewers, they are responsible
all
for
the
the
kinky
protection of
stuff
the
you
quality of the beer and ale they handle. To the American public, the sellers and servers of beer have an even greater responsibility.
Make sure we get it.
And that's because, to the public, they are the brewing industry.
These 4 people.
They are good American citizens who take their responsibilities seriously.
That's not
Good
The
white
distributors, for
American
example,
citizens.
They know the importance of cleanliness.
They were just told to stand
They make
very
every
still.
effort to keep their storage buildings and delivery trucks spotless. Their drivers know the importance of friendliness,
Yeah, right.
courtesy,
Fight
and
polio,
observance
join
of
the March of
traffic
Dimes,
regulations.
drink some beer.
Grocers and takeout
None
store
of these are
operators
still
too
pictures. They're
realize
just
the
told to
importance of
stand
cleanliness,
very, very
observance
still.
of the law, and
If you
service
want your
to the
family
public.
to live, Joe, you don't
They
move.
know, for example, that the public expects them to stock beer and ale in the various sizes
Don't mind if
of
I do.
bottles and cans
Self-serve,
available,
self-serve beer.
as well as in a choice of brands. And as good American citizens, they know and obey the laws and regulations pertaining to the sale of beer, as well
And
as
he's
all
white.
other
He
laws
must be
governing
white.
their business. But the enjoyment of beer by Americans
I
is
just
not
fucked
limited to
this
family
fish.
and neighborhood gatherings.
Explains
Inns
the
and
smile.
taverns are part of American history. Today's taverns, though much more modern, strive to live up to the reputation established by the famous places of the past. Friendliness is still the aim.
With strip
whether it be a
poles and
sophisticated
everything.
lounge, a small place in the industrial
Oh, I
section
thought
of
Vincent
town,
was out, but
or
Vincent's in.
the average tavern in the average neighborhood. The neighborhood tavern is a friendly meeting
Norwalk
place
bar.
for the
Could that be
community.
no walk bar?
The average citizen's club. Its
Norm!
owner, he's just another good American.
It's Charlie the bartender.
He knows that he and
That's
his
a Jackie
operation
Gleason joke.
reflect on the whole brewing industry. He wants to keep that reflection a good one.
So he doesn't look
And
in the
that's
mirror.
why he practices the 5
He's a
tested principles
vampire.
of good
A vampire.
tavern operation. First of all,
Most is
he
like in
protects the
real
quality
life.
of the beer and ale he sells by serving it at the right temperature, whether it be in bottles or on draft. Second, he knows that he's serving beverages
in real
which are
life,
made
this
under
does not
immaculate
happen.
conditions. He believes they should be served in clean glasses.
This looks like it's from a
and
film
in
strip.
clean surroundings.
This also does
What's
not
more,
happen in real
he
life.
knows that a tavern should
Yeah,
be a
I'm waiting
friendly
for the
place
sticky
where
floor
people
part.
can relax, discuss issues of the day, and enjoy sparkling malt
Both
beverages.
guys want the girl in the red.
People who come into his place
The girl
are
in the
his
blue
guests.
wants the girl in the red.
You might call
Who
that
doesn't want that
hospitality.
girl in the red?
Something
Also,
people
I have a
expect in
tiny
tavern.
tie.
That's
Does anybody
especially
notice
important
how
when it
tiny
comes
my
to
tie
serving
is?
members of the armed
And
forces,
his apron is at his
whether they be
boobs.
from a nearby post, just passing through, or
They ain't just
residents
waiting to
of the
tie one
community
on.
on leave. The tavern operator knows he and the community have a responsibility to servicemen and women.
Get them
He
drunk
works
so
with
they get
armed
laid.
forces officials in all matters which might involve his operation, so far as servicemen and women are concerned.
Yes, come in and drink and tell
And
me
that
all
brings us
about
to
the
the next
secret things
principle of
that
good
you're
tavern
on that
operation.
you can't tell anybody about.
Observance of the laws. A good operator knows that laws are designed to help preserve the rights of everyone.
Yeah,
He makes
don't
every
give
effort to
anyone
observe
under
them
21,
and
even though
cooperates
you
fully
might
with
do
all
it.
law enforcement agencies. Being a good citizen is the 5th principle of good tavern operation. He knows the public
fifth?
expects him and
Just
other
the
businessmen to take an active part in all worthy local activities.
Everybody
He
loves
knows he must also serve
Kenswood.
on committees and support activities like the Community Chest, March of Dimes,
Help the Red Cross.
Cancer
Give
Fund,
money because if you go in
Chamber of
drunk, they
Commerce,
won't be able to use your
and
blood.
similar organizations.
I've never seen
quality
a
of
bar
product,
ask for money.
Friendliness,
I've never seen a bar that
observance of the
clean.
law,
The
and
mirror's
good
talking to
citizenship.
me again. I need help.
These are the principles.
I knew I shouldn't have got off my
There are some
medication.
who look for
He doesn't
any
look very
opportunity
happy,
to
does he?
magnify every
He's
mistake
constipated.
and use it to seek prohibition of the malt
He's missing an
beverages,
arm.
which add to the enjoyment of gracious living.
That other table wants the
more than
grill
a
in red,
million
too.
Americans are a part of this great industry. As long as they and the millions more Americans whom they serve continue to live up to the fine heritage of
Prohibition is
beer and
bad.
brewing,
Very
we can
bad.
continue
Because
to
we
enjoy
have these
gracious
styles
living
of
with the help of fine beer and ale.
Drink so you can
Gracious
support the
living.
government.
Self-government, freedom.
These houses
Tied
were
to
built
the way
on
of
beer
doing
and
things
therefore
that have
are
made the American
structurally
economy what it is
unstable
today,
and are destined to
and has
collapse.
helped make America
But
great.
you can drink them when they do.
That's the way we, as Americans, like it.
Oh, guzzle that stuff.
Beer run is bad, and we must always remember that. Always.
This is such cheerful music. I want that soundtrack.
It is. It's like the first one we watched was an argument against beer, and this one was an argument for beer.
This argument for beer is like, if you drink beer, you're supporting all of America.
Beer is good.
Have any argument
Beer is
against
good.
beer except not having more of it.
Drink. Why aren't you drinking yet? Drink!
Well, it's the divide that everything has, it seems. It's like, on the one side, beer is awesome. It helps make money and do all the stuff for America. On the other side, you're too young. Don't drink the beer.
You should have been drinking every time they said beer.
Kill Jim!
Yeah, I want to see him on the floor, just completely drooling.
That there's a bit much. Oh, Jesus Christ. Here it is. St. Patrick's Day special. Oh, Jesus. Oh, there we are now.
Stuff.
Even YouTube is a little drunk today.
So, how many for the road?
None!
Absolutely none.
That's because I'm drinking them all here, now.
So we have cup holders now to make it convenient. Back then, they didn't have cup holders. Can you imagine? They had to hold on to that beer while driving.
Yeah, and that's even more dangerous because you can't hold on with both hands.
I don't know, because then they invented that the beers in and the straws and stuff.
The beer hat?
It's like you have two cup holders built into your head.
But when was that invented? I don't think that was in the 50s.
Well, they did have in the 50s. They had the little trays that you can put on your windowsill and like kind of things up there.
Look at my Google.
Much better.
Google.
I'm looking. No, that's not it.
Anything on Amazon.
Fuck you, Wikipedia. You are not always right. Sometimes you are wrong, and you are... I am going to crack to find the right answer for this, because Wikipedia is wrong.
This is not a good sign. Jim is drunk and he's finding people wrong on the internet. This can't turn out well.
The internet is wrong.
Damn! No.
Is this the video with the cool car things?
Yes, it is.
Oh,
Yes,
thank God.
You'll see what we mean.
Cool car things.
Oh, you're going to love it.
1950s technology.
Oh, boy.
Okay. Do we have a drinking game for this one?
Oh, God.
We want to just go with drinking again, or do we want to drink every time the elephant toots its horn?
You won't be able to hear it because you have to leave it on.
Sorry.
Fine, then how about just drink whenever they mention the road?
Okay. I can do that.
None for the road.
Preacher for the parking lot.
A Centron production!
My name is Dr. Charles Wentworth.
Hi, Charles.
I conduct research in the field of physiology. The story you are about to see
Is true, but the names have been changed to protect the innocent.
But it is more than a clinical report. It is a story that revolves around two seemingly unrelated articles.
It looks like he forgot his lines for a second.
And an ordinary hypodermic syringe.
Filled with heroin.
In conducting some of my experiments. It is filled with a colorless inflammable
Called
fluid
water.
with a characteristic
Is he going to the
odor
time warp
and
now?
a pungent taste. Chemical formula.
I am not a
2285.
real doctor, but I have played one on TV, and
You
I
know
still
it
have
has
the code.
alcohol.
Hold on.
My research is devoted to
Potato
alcohol
juice.
and its effect
I
on the human
research
body.
alcohol too, but only in my spare time.
Not all experimenting is done.
And I hope you're not
in
using
laboratories
syringes
such as
for
this.
it.
Just like
experimentation goes on
injecting
under
yourself with
less
pure
scientific
alcohol
conditions.
is probably the worst idea ever.
Or maybe it's the best idea ever.
No, seriously, it's the worst idea ever. You will kill instantly any cells it touches.
Dr. Jim says that that is completely and totally okay. I am for it.
And so who did?
Well, you think he'd tell us if
I can't even thread a needle when it's like normal time.
On me, none.
Jerry Landon is one of the types who experiments with drinking.
Sounds like a comedy.
All-out type. Keith Stevens, on the other hand, is much more
He's very stiff. He doesn't even get close to his girl.
You and Mary like to go out to the lake tomorrow.
That's fine. He's just like a board anyway.
Take a steak. Make a day of it. Think it over. Like to?
Oh, Keith, I can't. I promise.
Promised your mother you'd do something.
Golly gee.
How'd you know?
Because you like to plan everything in advance. Nothing spur of the moment.
Am I that bad?
I didn't.
Because you're a Catholic girl and I'm never having sex with you.
To let things take their course.
She looks like Keely Smith, only
I
not as
want his penis.
The Coke's all
I mean, I'll have a drink.
There. I'll bet you planned that answer. If I was going to have beer, you were going to have a Coke, right?
Well, maybe, but not just to be different. I plan not to drink.
We're worried about beer here and she's drinking the original Coke. Come on.
Made up your mind about tomorrow yet? Yeah, I'll go. Stag. His girl's got to be different.
He's going stag.
I'll have a ginger ale.
Me too. See, I'm not so different.
Holy smokes, Dan. Here I go building her up that she's being somebody different. Then you have to go order ginger ale. What gives?
Maybe you're the freak, Mr. Beer Drinker.
The one and only car in the Parker family is in my
Sorry, I
keeping.
had a sore
And
throat.
there's a rule of the house. No drinking.
I left my
and
tractor
driving.
out back.
Not
So
even
drink
beer,
first
not
and then
even
do your
water.
driving later.
Ginger
That's
ale.
what Dr. Jim says.
Hi, Jerry. Let me see.
My car keys?
No, the charm.
Now, wait
Remind
a
me from
minute.
that other
That's
video.
my
They look like the
lucky
same
piece.
kids,
It
just
got
a
me
year
through
older.
history last term, and I'm counting
How
on
many
it to graduate.
people are they going to fit into that
Couldn't I
booth?
trade you out of it?
It looks to me
As
like
many
they have
as
enough
possible.
charm. Not the bracelet he's referring to.
And then we call Guinness,
Well,
not the
I
beer
don't have any
book.
like this one.
What do you say, Bev? Protect me.
You better let her have it. She's got that collector's gleam.
Let her
in
have
eye.
it. Let her have
Give
it. Oh,
consent.
yes.
My luck. If I
She's a
flip out
magpie,
next
just
year,
let her
it won't be
take it.
Because little Edie didn't plan it. She's a great little schemer. Huh? How about another round?
Not now. I think I'm
the hell?
going
Did you just break some walls there? What was that?
Big Dan.
There's a drunk in the sweater.
I guess that leaves
Seems
you
like they're
to
actually having a lot for the road
down
instead of like
the
none.
board.
So, sex now?
I'm too busy feeding you.
Whiskey dick. It's not a pretty thing.
For the three young men
Ah,
and
she
their
has
dates.
saddle shoes.
For
Oh.
Keith Stevens, who did some
And
drinking.
bobby socks.
For Jerry Landon, who held down the fort. And for Dan
Held down that
Parker,
fort.
who stuck to ginger ale.
That energetic dancing.
Here in the laboratory, we've devised
They don't
some
have a lot of room
scientific
to
methods
move.
to determine what effects Keith and Jerry might reasonably expect from their haphazard experiments with alcohol. We use test animals with
And we keep the
definite amounts of
crackheads in the
alcohol.
back.
This
Oh,
animal
we
has
have gotten
no
this
alcohol in
rat
its system.
hammered. And he doesn't.
This seems logical.
You might compare it to a ginger ale drinker.
Get in the box.
Despite all his rage,
This
he's still
is
a
an
rat
animal
in a
which has previously been
crate.
injected with only enough alcohol to bring the level in its blood.
Come on, put me on the
up to what
wheel.
it would be
I'm
in a
good
human
for it.
being after drinking 4
Injected him with
beers.
alcohol? What is this?
My name is Willard. Leave me alone.
This third rat better have
animal
a
has
party
received
hat and a
enough
balloon tied to
alcohol
its tail.
to bring its
Oh,
blood
God,
alcohol
don't pick me
level
up again.
to a percentage comparable to
squeak,
that
squeak,
of heavy
easy.
indulgence.
Holding on as hard as he can to stop
Someone
from
who had
falling
been
off the earth.
holding down the fort.
Oh, there's
all
somebody
evening.
slow the world, Pally. I'm gonna fall off.
Oh, God.
What's the first one? The one
And no,
without
he
alcohol.
doesn't use them cheese for this.
I'm
His
gonna try and put
reflexes
my
are
penis
fast
inside
and
this
automatic.
rat now. Watch what
He
it does.
immediately copes with
Look
the
at
unusual
him.
situation.
His
Sweet Jesus, look at the giant balls on the rats.
You have to balance
Number
with something.
2, with a moderate amount of alcohol.
Hang on,
coordination seems to take more effort. He meets the unexpected situation less skillfully.
This is how I spend my
Or
weekend.
decrease in his ability to
Time,
balance.
that's just
His
gravity at
reflexes are
work.
impaired.
I'm not paid to be cruel to
Now
rats,
let's look
but
at
it's a
third,
perk of the
The
job.
one well under the influence of alcohol. He meets the situation in a completely
I spend my
disheveled
weekend
state.
stangling drunk
Note
rats
the
off of
complete
doors all the
inability to
time.
balance. This
Why
one
are
is
you
just not
doing
fit to
this?
cope with the situation. Yet he can
I'm
walk
never
away.
doing this again, and this time I mean it.
Test animals aren't alone in showing these reactions. Let's take a walk over to a classroom where human reactions are being tested.
We got a whole bunch of kids drunk.
Now
Here we
let's see
go.
what would happen
Pedal
when
cars.
driving under the influence of alcohol.
Driving your
To find
tractor.
out,
They're
we use
practicing
the
on tractors.
Driver Trainer. A unique teaching device with real car
No
controls.
airbags.
The Driver Trainer employs a series of special
A
technical
computer.
skills to present
Alright,
actual
I need
on-the-road
y'all to do a
driving
360
conditions shown on
bootleggers
the
turn and then
drivers of these
accelerate to
individual
88
classroom
miles
cars
per hour and
have a
engage the flux
driver's eye view of
capacitors.
this motion
Can you
picture
imagine if
highway.
this class was part of in a
Let's
bumper
imagine
car setup?
You're driving and haven't taken alcohol.
Drunken bumper
Watch out for
cars.
that delivery man.
Driver's ed. That'd be amazing.
That is what I'm doing this
Your
weekend.
rapid
I'm gonna
perception of the
go
situation
play drunken
and
bumper
quick brake
cars.
reaction prevented what could have been a fatal accident.
This is the worst.
Now let's suppose you had done some drinking and are driving
This
down
is the
the
worst
same road.
Grand Vice
You're
Auto
driving a little
ever.
too fast and have a false sense of confidence.
You've obviously never
Watch it.
played
A
GTA
few
1
more
and
feet
2.
might have meant tragedy.
There's no
This
horse
time,
to
let's
smack
imagine
around
you're
in this,
fully
though.
under the influence.
Oh, wonder
Reflexes
what's
are
going to
slow,
happen.
Judgment poor. And you're too
This
late
parcel
or too
guy
slow
kind of
to
deserves it,
avoid
really.
hitting
I
the
mean, he
delivery
just
man.
jumps right out in the middle of the
Your
road and
confidence
thinks
was
nothing's
high.
going to happen to him.
But your
broke somebody's
reaction
fine
and
He wasn't
china.
judgment
looking
were
both
low.
ways. It's his fault.
Quick, steal the
Yes,
mail
like
and
animal
run
number
away.
3 here. When you're under the influence of alcohol, you keep on trying.
Not this again. What
You
the
keep
hell,
on
man?
thinking you can. Your coordination is low,
It's
but
like
your
a
confidence
slinky.
may be high. Certainly, Jerry Landon's confidence was high.
That's a perfectly straight line. Look at it.
I draw the line here.
There, I told you I could do it. And you
He
ain't
could only
seen
walk on
nothing
it because
yet.
it was a crooked line.
Jerry
It helps still that he only took 2
may
steps
be able
on
to
it.
perform satisfactorily. But when he's alone and driving, he lets down and loses his concern, and therefore
But he
the
can't
safety factor.
perform sexually.
I'm actually interested in the men. That's okay.
Sorry, you don't have the breasts to fill out that sweater?
I'm gonna dangle keys in front of someone until they play with them.
Look at the
Well, you know, some people do like playing with dangly bits.
Beth, could I interrupt you?
Oh,
and go
she's
over
like
to-
olive oil.
Well, Jerry and I had a little fight, and I need a ride home. Oh, sure, Edie. Let's see, we have to take Bill and Rita, and
Edie.
that's pretty far out. You'll be another half an hour late. And I promised Mother I'd be home early. Why don't you just patch things up with Jerry? I can't. He's gone already. Besides, I didn't want to ride with Jerry. He had too much to drink.
And he already ran over 3 hobos.
Gosh, he was kind of under the weather.
Well, I didn't want him to go alone. I tried to get him to let me drive.
That's under
You know,
the
that
weather? I
worries
don't
me.
think that's under
Beth,
the
you think I ought
weather.
to go after him, see if he makes it home all right?
Well, somebody ought to.
Well, when it rains, it
Somebody
pours.
did.
Oh,
But we
dear.
gotta take Bill and Rita.
Somebody
and
give me
Jerry
some
here.
pearls to
You go
clutch.
looking for Jerry, you'll never get home tonight.
Something wrong here?
Awkward close-up.
Jerry's gone on home, and in his condition, we think somebody ought to catch up with him to make sure he gets there. And Edie's stranded. Well, we can go after him, and we can take Edie with us.
And then we'll all die in a car accident.
But I don't know if Bill and Rita are ready to go yet.
Take my
Well, I'll
tractor.
go get the coat.
I wish you two were ready to go.
Don't forget to use your belt. Oh, wait.
Both of those boys will get in a wreck together.
How about we 3 girls go together, and then if we wind up crashing into one another, that's a totally different thing, and we just won't tell the guys
Well,
about it.
that'd be an awful lot of trouble. Maybe I better just call Mother and tell her I'll be late. Oh, come on, go with
close-up
us.
too.
Besides, you'll make Keith mad by insinuating he's drunk. I guess so.
This is all way too complicated.
Here are your coats.
Thank you.
Well,
Yeah, you drive
it is a
carefully
decision-making
Okay.
process. Come on.
You've made up your mind. Well, Keith, take it easy. Sure hope you find Jerry all right.
Don't drink too much or you will engage in pointless small talk.
I think I'd like to see a graph of how they came up with this decision, like a little tree chart.
Somewhere
A flow chart towards bad decisions.
But by the time Dan and Bev had taken the
It doesn't help if they have spotlights in their car. I mean, that's why they couldn't see.
Yeah, it's right in their face.
Keith had caught up with Jerry in time. And then...
And they pulled over to make out.
Gojira!
What is it?
Looks like an accident.
You don't suppose it was Jerry?
Keith should have been able to catch him by now. You wait here. I'll go see if I can help.
Keith got
like
him.
the police want that, yeah.
And
It's completely
killed
predictable.
him.
All right, officers, move along. Nothing to see here, officers.
Let a 45-year-old man handle this.
Oh, they've been bisected.
Oh, just go wherever you want there from the crime scene. That's fine.
And that was awkward close-up number 3 if you weren't keeping count.
Dan, it was Jerry.
No, not Jerry. Someone in the crowd up there had seen the state patrol stop a car that was weaving. But that was before the accident. I asked about it. The description fits Jerry's car. I guess he's safe. The police took him on in.
Oh, thank heavens. For a minute there, I thought it was Jerry. What's that?
This
you
Lucky
got
Charm
there?
isn't so lucky.
My good luck piece.
Bad Lucky
The
Charm.
one I gave Edie. She didn't want to ride with Keith.
With Keith?
I found it up there at the side of the road. Why didn't she stick to her guns? Why didn't she insist on riding with us?
I think his lines are on the floor.
But Keith wasn't drunk.
No, Keith wasn't drunk.
Good thing they peer pressured her in the driveway.
No, Keith wasn't
I
drunk.
don't even know
The way
what's
Jerry
going on
was.
here.
Had he
Who
been,
are
the
these
police might have
people?
picked him
Bad
up too.
decisions.
But
Bad
Keith
decisions
had
are going
just
on
enough
here.
alcohol to slow his reactions in a critical moment. A moment that was to send
I like how that
him
wheel
and
is just
Mary
still
and Edie
spinning
to the hospital.
hours afterwards.
They're just playing
I know
with
one
it.
thing. You can't trust to left. If the driver's been drinking, you've got to stick to your guns and turn down the ride. Always.
Yeah, shoot them if they try to ask you for a ride.
It was him as a kid the entire time. This is a flashback to his life.
He's got Gumby hair. I think if young America films released more often, they'd be less pent up and angry.
That could be. That could be.
They've got blue film syndrome. I got a doctor's coat for my birthday.
But it doesn't make you a doctor, just because you play one for your birthday.
I know, but it says
I have a 12-foot long scarf, but that doesn't make me a doctor either, really.
it says misunderstood genius on my my thing here, and then I attached my little hypochondriacal badge that Russ made to it.
Yeah.
I have the honor of saying at this point that I am not a doctor, but I did play one on television, because I did back in like '99. I was Dr. Philgood. I am addicted to the amiibo.
Careful, they'll eat your brain.
I know they will, and I have let them.
Yeah, this whole thing's gonna be the new end, Jim. We thought Skylanders were bad.
I am done with Skylanders. Alright, are we ready to do the last one? It's alcohol and teens drinking at junior high.
Another drinking one with teenagers that don't look like teenagers.
Let's drink. Drink. This town is so great. Drink. Drink, 'cause it's never too late to drink. Drink. To no big surprise. What words rhyme with buried alive? Does anybody know who that's from? What that's from?
I know, I've heard it before.
Well, yeah, it's because I kind of sing it every time I get drunk.
I know what that's from.
All right, Kat. I call upon you. What's the answer?
I don't know. Go away.
Russ, answer him.
Band that starts with it's a band whose acronym is TMBG.
Oh, they might be giants.
Yes.
I'll take back my pinata, it's wasted on you, just spinning that poor cue all over the room, and give back the blindfold that's under your shoe. Let's
something.
drink. This town is so great. Drink, cause it's never too late to drink. No big surprise. What words rhyme with buried alive? It's a great song. I like it. The song is called Drink, with an exclamation point.
Trigger word.
The party, the mother, and the ride.
The party.
Like an interesting porn.
Oh, it's a
the way you
70s
think,
delicious.
Barbara.
Oh, this is one of those after-school specials.
That guy was sketchy as heck.
This is Dave. He's new. He's my lab partner. This is Jamie.
Your life partner?
Lab partner.
Well, we have
Do the number of stripes on his tracksuit indicate something like how awesome he is?
No,
Yeah,
it
it
indicates
has-
it's 1975.
I thought it was his level.
What are we going, the park? Nah, the park's too far. I don't want to go
Brought to you by Coca-Cola because they're against hard drinking.
Maybe we go to my house. My parents aren't
Except for all the cocaine.
Right, out of sight. Let's go.
Notice the boys are all checking out her ass.
Oh, they're smoking cigarettes.
I was waiting for the lines of Coke to show up on that table.
We're all out of beer. When are your parents getting home?
Well, they said they were taking my grandmother out for dinner.
Their balls haven't even dropped. They shouldn't be drinking.
First, we gotta get some beer or something. Look inside there. Over there.
Just remember, just because it's the 1970s then doesn't mean they aren't all legal now.
Oh, they're smoking too.
Next, they'll pull out the pot. Then they'll be like, I'm hungry.
What are they, like 12, 13?
Watch out, they're gonna start a murder cult next.
This kid's friends are assholes.
Is this why we have helicopter parents now? Because I don't like helicopter parents.
I think this is the spot where we're supposed to discuss what just happened in that video.
And
The
being
mother.
a parent, yes, this is why we have helicopter parents.
Damn, it's a mother.
Speaking of helicopter parents.
Transformers more than meets your mother.
Jesus, those pants.
Hi, kids. Where's my beautiful daughter? Is anybody?
She's drunk, that's what she is.
Well, come on, let's go.
Well, that explains her pants.
It's not just pants, it's crawling up the front of her. It's taking over her whole body.
It's plaid syndrome. I'm afraid it's fatal.
Hey, did you get a lot of
Hillary
compliments
Clinton
about
doesn't
your
look so good
heritage
these
this
days.
morning in school, honey?
I don't know.
Well, you don't know? I think it looks fabulous.
Oh, what's going on?
It looks fabulous. I mean, I don't know what you were so worried about. It was just beautiful. Now,
Obviously, she didn't see none for the road.
looks fantastic. Don't you you think it looks terrific, Susan?
She saw the other video.
Sure. Well, I mean, it rained on it. It fell.
She saw the video all for the road.
Because it rained on it, but it was terrific this morning. She worked on it. She got up at 6 o'clock this morning and worked on it for 2 hours.
Mom, will you drop it?
Oh, I am so putting you in a home.
You don't have to get so snappy about it. I'm just interested. Hey, how's your mother, Susan?
She's a whore.
Oh, I haven't seen her in ages.
That's because she hates you.
Nobody watches where they're going anymore.
You crazy pedestrians.
I don't know. It's actually pretty clear the guy was jaywalking. There wasn't a marked crosswalk there.
She kind of flipped him off, too.
That would have been a righteous kill.
As she takes her daughter right into the mall.
Well, what's going on?
We're lesbians!
Hey,
Do I have to break out the switch again?
what's his name, Judy? That boy that you like? Mark.
No.
Sure it is.
Does she like me? Does she like me? Does she really like me?
Oh, don't. What's the matter? Of course you are. Let me get him over here for you.
Mom, stop being a drunk bag.
Mark.
Yeah?
Mark, come here.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't like your daughter because you're a drunk.
Hi. I'm Sarah Roberts.
Hop in, I'll teach you all about the birds and the bees.
I'm Sarah, and I'm easy, and my daughter's probably easy too, but if she's not, I'm easy.
She totally wants you to bone her.
She was trying to flutter her eyelashes, but it didn't work too well.
It's really not appropriate when the mom stands on the side and goes, "Do it, do it, do it."
All right, let's go. Come on. All right, ready? You swing right through.
I'm not like a sports fan at all, and it bugs me the way he's holding that.
Yeah, you know it's good. Yeah, the pictures are
Well, it was the 70s. They didn't know better then.
Oh, wait a minute. Better choke up a little bit. Here, put your like that.
Did this just turn into a gay porn?
Good grip on it.
Well, it is the ride.
This is a metaphor now.
It's good. Sign her up for the tape.
You're gonna totally throw out your shoulder by swinging like that, but okay.
There's balls and choking up and.
Meep, meep, meep.
My cousin. What does he want? I don't know.
Hey, Eric, come here. Come on, look at our time with drunk over here. Get over here.
Yeah, we're drunk over here. Get over here.
I know you're only 12, but I need you to drive the car. And also, we have to
Come on, Eric.
do this now.
I got something for you. Little gift. Drink it up. Come on. That's it, man. That's it.
Role
Sit down,
models.
make yourself comfortable. Give some for your
White
girl.
pants on the grass. Yeah, not so much.
Hey, Kevin. How come you weren't at Uncle Joe's party the other night?
Photosynthesis.
See, me and him went to this concert, right?
They're probably all going to catch hepatitis or something passing that bottle around.
Hey, it's gotta be better
Hey,
than this
it's not a
party.
mouthwash. Swallow it. Drink it.
Yeah, like I'm so cool, I know, huh? Yeah, we're going to join the sweat hogs. Yeah, yo.
I'm telling you.
Do we have to force it down your throat again?
Passed out twice. I had to carry him back to the car.
What can I do after about 3 quarts of vodka?
3 quarts. Keep going. You want to know why he was in at Fat Joe's party?
Why?
I'll tell you.
Because he was with Skinny Cheryl, huh? You know, huh?
That's a lie.
It's not. I
It
was
is
there.
not.
This is too much wise guysing. I'm going to have to say enough.
Guy, was he wearing party hats at the party again?
Yeah.
Fat guy wearing a party hat.
he
What do
had
you
a
want to go
King's
there
Mountain.
for?
Burger King.
Yo, what do you want to go there for,
Whoa,
huh?
what's wrong with the fat guy wearing a party hat?
Fat slap. This guy, we start laughing.
I like party hats.
Down in the living room.
Hey, look at me smoke. Hey, about it. You're a sweat hog. You know what I'm saying?
And that's why he didn't go to the birthday party.
Nobody likes you, Ron Weasley.
Hey, what do you think if we go down to the quarry, huh? Anybody up for the quarry?
Yeah, we'll go to the quarry there. How about you, huh? You go.
Wanna go?
You're gonna jump in and die!
Good, I gotta cut out.
Come on, the quarry's great. Just because the freaking gargler over here, you don't want to go down the quarry. We can go to the quarry.
Dude, we go to the quarry. Hey, we go to the quarry. Hey.
Sweat hog interview?
Huh? Listen to Kevin.
There ain't no one around, man.
Come on, Chicano, how you want to go? Huh? What do you say?
Come on, Ron Weasley. You want to go to the quarry?
Come on. I bet you like it.
Oh, yeah, what are you doing? To screech there, huh? You know?
And they're like, boy, you get your rocks off. Yeah.
Goddamn Adam Rich, damn 8 is enough and shit, man.
Alcohol.
Alright.
That was officially terrible.
Did they listen to MST3K or the Rip Tracks or something?
I have no idea, Jenny.
There's no story. There's nothing. It was just examples of situations that I think we were supposed to be discussing. Of what would you do in this situation?
What I do?
Well, I'd obviously do the guy's mother because she was totally there. She was
the girl,
like,
the mother driving a car who looked like Hillary Clinton.
yeah.
I wouldn't do that, man.
What can I say? Pantsuits do it for me.
She's all yours, brother. All yours. And I'd vote for her, but I wouldn't sleep with her.
So we're not going to see you in bed with a Hillary Clinton at any time soon. Okay.
No.
Politically, perhaps, but not.
Politically, perhaps. That's about
Think
it.
of how many things she learned from Bill. Bill is probably the greatest sexual teacher in our generation.
And so she learned how to please a woman, thanks to Bill.
Yeah. Yeah, he's like, well, I discovered, Hillary, that if you lift this and stick your tongue here, it drives people crazy. I'm not actually going to do it on you because I don't care, but I want to show you on this intern here.
Depends what your definition of cum is. Cum. I feel your pain.
What is?
Holy Jesus, Mary, Mother, and Joseph. No, oh,
like usual, our special is
I
gone
just-
off the rails, but that's okay.
I don't think that half of this had anything to do with St. Patrick's Day at all.
Oh, I don't know. That's the boy at the end there had the green shark. She did. No.
Are we?
I don't know, have you been in Boston during the St. Patty's Day parade? This had everything to do with St. Patrick's Day.
Are we far enough along in time that it's okay to be racist against the Irish again?
No, it's not racist. No. We do
that
like a bit of a drink and a
stereotyping?
bit of a fight. No. Oh, Jesus Christ, we do. I'm not actually Irish, but anyway. But you know, I was born on St. Patrick's Day, so I can say, I just, oh, you know, what we say, oh, you shillelagh, you know.
As they all say, everybody's Irish on St. Patrick's Day.
No, I was born on St. Patrick's Day myself last night. It's true now. I was born there and sort of left there. But anyway, I've got me maple cranberry whiskey. Oh, that's pretty tasty, now. Yeah, for my birthday, I always get like shamrock stuff, Irish themed stuff.
Crappiest birthday present ever, the Shamrock Shake from McDonald's.
I would take one. Shamrock shakes are awesome.
They are. Shamrock shakes are delicious. It is true.
And do you know that they had the Shamrock Shake, and then they had a Halloween shake? They had it was an orange shake.
Pumpkin or orange?
It wasn't pumpkin flavored. It was just orange, but it tasted.
They had an orange one for a short time. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a Halloween thing. But the Shamrock Shake, oh no, they only have that. No,
yeah.
A lot of Mickey D, but I do like a cheeseburger and fries sometimes. It's rare. Maybe
it is one of those. Again, it is one of those once in a while you go, you know what? I just want the basic little dinky, dollar hamburger. That's all you want once in a while.
It's like
not often, but once in a while.
It's very rare. I don't like to do it a lot, but I do try to get a Shamrock Shake, and if I'm going to get that, I may as well get fries and cheeseburger with it.
It's true. The fries are good.
Yeah.
Unlike a Burger King.
I prefer Burger
fries
King
are the most
burgers.
terrible things ever.
Burger King burgers are flame broiled, and they taste better.
They do. Whoppers are fantastic.
I really liked Wendy's fries before they went with the whole cut potato fried thingies, and
they're not quite as good, no.
Yeah, no, they completely.
Boy, that leads us back to St. Patrick's Day with the potatoes. Oh, jeez.
My favorite thing was to take the fries and dip them in their chili, but now it's just like no, I can't do that to this chili. This chili is
in there now. Oh no.
Yeah.
Yes, Eric and Barbara, you need to come back now. You need to get your back here now.
You could always use another panda and turtle.
We could always use another furry and a turtle and somebody. I don't know.
Next time I'll dress up in my steampunk outfit.
Oh, that's even better.
Yeah, there's no
steampunk pandas. Oh boy.
There's no problem with any of us except Mike dressing up in outfits. Mike's not allowed, but everybody else.
He has the headband. And
I have things.
Stuff.
I wear the fedoras. That's what I wear.
Like 90% of Mike's body weight is head, so we just let Mike's head do the talking for him.
He's a great big head.
You just say I'm just a giant talking head.
Yeah.
How this works.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
If we could get you like a Zordon tube or something, I totally would do that.
He's like Zardoz. He's just a big head.
Rangers.
Power Rangers. This is I, Zordon. Rita's attacking the park.
We can riff it later too. Just keep that in mind.
Commentary of commentary? No, we've never done that before.
That's why I always keep Pokeballs on hand, just in case.
Because you got to catch them all?
Yes. I have to, or they'll kill my family.